A very warm welcome, everyone, at a very special session today at Elets Technomedia presents Elets Atmanirbhar Bharat Summit and Awards, which will bring together key officers and policy makers from Government of India and state governments, policy think tanks, and industry leaders on a common platform to discuss the issues, challenges, and transformational opportunities and build upon the clarion call given by our Prime Minister for making of an Atmanirbhar Bharat. The conference will discuss the impact of pandemic on the country's economy, highlight the resilience of our economy, and identify the sectoral opportunities that make India a self-reliable global power in the post-COVID world. Some of the key sectors for discussion would include IT, e-governance, and smart cities, urban development, housing, industries and MSMEs, transport, railway, water and sanitization, education and skill development. So I welcome both our esteemed guests today at this panel discussion. And we welcome Dr. Rajendra Kumar, who is the Additional Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. And I also welcome Ms. Jyoti Saini, who is a woman business leader and GTM specialist based in New Delhi, India, operating in IT and ITES, AI and ML, and SaaS space. She comes with a 15 plus years of rich experience of working with brands like Oracle, Adobe, Freshworks, as well as her own entrepreneurial stint of setting up her own e-commerce startup, Stop Here, which operates in handicraft space along with being one of the initial founding members of the Global Associates, which is a global lead generation company. She has also participated in many social projects as Oracle Volunteer, Isha Volunteer, and many of the non-profit organizations. I welcome Jyoti ji and Dr. Kumar with us. And I would leave the virtual dais to both of you for Sir's special keynote address at Atmanirbhar Bharat Summit. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pooja. Thanks for a note. And very welcome, Sir, Dr. Rajendra Kumar. Glad to, have you here today. And today, what we're going to do is, before we ask for, Dr. Rajendra Kumar's, words on this Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, I would like to present a brief profile of Dr. Kumar. So Dr. Rajendra Kumar is a senior officer in Indian Administrative Services and is currently working as the Additional Secretary of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology in Government of India. In his current capacity, he is leading the policy formulation and implementations of various schemes under the Digital India, e-governance, data protection, cyber laws, and cyber security domain in the country. Prior to his current assignment, he was Principal Secretary, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, MSME Department in the Government of Tamil Nadu, where he led the implementation of various government schemes for startups and MSMEs in the state. Earlier, he also served as the Principal Secretary, Industrial Commissioner and Director of Industries and Commerce, where he led the initiative for creating a single window portal for MSME entrepreneurs in the state for obtaining all approvals online for starting an enterprise. Under his leadership, all the government schemes in the state for the MSMEs have been made online for the benefit of the entrepreneurs. Earlier, as the CMD of ELCOT, he led the ICT infrastructure, e-governance, ICT procurement, and IT industry promotion activities within the state. He has also worked as the Joint Secretary, e-governance in the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. In MITI, he led the entire Digital India, e-governance and technology development for Indian languages initiatives at the national level and was responsible for the overall conceptualization and implementation of the flagship Digital India program and National e-governance plan for the Government of India. He also conceptualized and implemented several major e-governance initiatives in the country, These include the Mobile Seva project aiming at bringing all government services on the mobile platform, e-Praman for electronic authentication of all users for e-governance services, and localization aimed at promoting the usage of Indian languages in the e-governance and mobile-based services. Prior to his stint in Government of India, Sir held several senior positions in district administration and state governance in Tamil Nadu. Dr. Kumar has received a number of academic and professional awards also at national and international levels during his career. During February 2020, he received the National Award from the Ministry of MSME, Government of India, for Tamil Nadu as the third best state in India in implementing policies for the MSME sector. During November 2019, he received the National Award for the Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute of Tamil Nadu, being adjudicated as the best government institution for promoting entrepreneurship in India from Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. During April 2019, he received the Best State Award for Commissionerate of Industries and Commerce, Government of Tamil Nadu, from the Department of MSME. Dr. Kumar holds a PhD in International Economic Development and Regional Planning and an MCP from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA, and MTech in Management and Systems from the IIT in Delhi, and a BTech in Civil Engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology in Kanpur. He has published a book and several papers in international journals. And I would now readily welcome, sir. Really glad to have you here, and some of the initiatives which you have taken for the country. Now, with this, I would like to share the dais to Dr. Kumar, and we would like to speak. We would like to hear your thoughts on the Atmanirbhar Bharat Summit, and we would like to give the dais to you, sir.
Thank you, and very good morning to everyone, my fellow panelists and all the participants. It's my pleasure to be present here in this event. As the theme of the event is driving India's economic transformation, so let me talk about the power of digital in the entire endeavor to achieve transformation of India's economy. So as you might have noticed, the budget for this year, that is budget 2022, it mentions the power of digital in many contexts. In fact, the theme of digital is one of the key themes in the entire budget, and that shows the focus that the government is putting on using digital interventions for driving economic transformation in India. And METI has been playing a key role in this entire endeavor for several years now. And the program of Digital India, as you may be aware, is being implemented by METI, that is my current ministry, yes, with the cooperation of all the other departments, ministry and Government of India. So we use a whole of government approach when we think about using the power of digital to drive transformation. And this whole of government approach includes all the departments in Government of India, the states, the private sector as well, and all the other stakeholders who can be part of this entire journey to achieve transformation through the power of digital. So what does this vision of driving transformation through digital entail? And how does METI plan to achieve this vision for the next several years? So let me talk about this particular theme as the focus of my talk. So as has been mentioned on several occasions by the government, including in the budget speech, digital holds immense potential to drive the transformation across all sectors of economy, all sectors of governance, and in our personal and professional lives. In the post-pandemic new normal, we are seeing the adoption of digital at a much greater scale by all stakeholders, by everyone in fact, both in our personal and professional lives. The pandemic itself has accelerated the adoption of digital in all domains of our economic activity and our professional personal lives. So this new normal that we are witnessing all around us is going to stay with us, I hope, in the years to come. And this new normal is going to drive several new changes using the power of digital in our economy, in our government, and in our own lives. This entire vision of driving transformation through digital is based on some key pillars, which I would like to briefly mention here, which would show how we can really achieve this transformation using the power of digital. The first pillar of this vision to achieve transformation through the power of digital is to ensure quality connectivity across the entire country, in all areas, in all villages, and to all citizens. So unless we achieve really good quality connectivity, provisioning of broadband, provisioning of mobile services, both 4G and the upcoming 5G networks, we cannot really dream of achieving this transformation. And the government is really working very hard to ensure that we reach quality connectivity across all corners of the country. The second pillar, which is really important when we talk about transformation through digital, is to focus on public digital platforms. And this basically talks about domain level transformation in domains like health, education, transport, agriculture, etc., where using the power of digital, we can bring the entire interface that these sectors have with the public, with the citizens, with the businesses, to ensure that they can avail these services in a seamless fashion, using a single common interface and using new concepts like a single sign-on or integrating applications using common building blocks. We already have seen the power of this concept in the new National Digital Health Mission, which was launched by Honorable Prime Minister last year, and which is now taking shape across the entire country, where the idea is to bring the entire health sector onto one common digital interface, a fully online interface, where the citizens would be able to discover the healthcare services, both from the private and public providers, through a common digital interface, and all the stakeholders, for example, the insurance companies, the healthcare providers, doctors, all the healthcare institutions, can be brought on to one single interface to allow quick discovery, to allow competitive offering of services, and to make the lives of citizens easier by providing them with much easier, seamless access to services. So this is the concept already being implemented. We have similar efforts now ongoing in domains like education, agriculture, etc., where we think that using the power of digital can really transform those domains as well. The third pillar on which this entire vision of using digital to drive transformation is based on is to achieve the goal of $1 trillion digital economy through new initiatives like electronics manufacturing and promoting the IT, ITS sectors and infusing digital in all domains of economic activity. We have seen the new schemes that METI has launched, which the government has launched. For example, the schemes of PLI for IT hardware, PLI for larger scale electronics manufacturing, the scheme for incentives for the semiconductor sector, where the goal is to provide incentives to the tune of 76,000 crore, that is $10 billion, to promote the establishment of semiconductor fabs in India. The point is that unless we focus on this new emerging domain of electronics manufacturing, we cannot really achieve the transformation that we have in mind of our economy. And this is a key vital sector where there is a lot of focus by METI and by the government to really promote India as the global hub for electronics and semiconductor manufacturing. The fourth pillar on which this vision of a digital transformation is based on is in the domain of emerging technologies. This is again a very vital domain where a lot of work is happening. And we wish to see India becoming the world's foremost nation when we talk of developing and deploying technology like artificial intelligence, blockchain, 5G, IoT, robotics, etc., Web 3.0, or now the fast emerging metaverse. So idea is that we can provide the skills required to really drive transformation. We can implement programs focused on both domain level interventions and cross domain interventions in these emerging areas, where development of these advanced technologies and deploying them in domains will really help us in achieving our target of $1 trillion digital economy, and also positioning India as the world's foremost hub for these technologies. Another area where we think the power of digital can really help us in achieving transformation is in modernizing our digital laws. As you may be aware, our IT Act is of 2000 vintage, it's 22 years old now. So there are many new areas that need attention in terms of providing a legal and regulatory framework. We also have the new domain of personal data protection, for which a bill is already at an advanced stage. So we hope to modernize our digital laws to bring them on par with the world's best and make them the world's most advanced and contemporaneous set of laws, which can drive digital transformation across our different sectors. In this endeavor, already a lot of work has happened and a lot of work is ongoing, where we would really like to consult all the stakeholders, bring the latest concepts on board, and modernize our digital laws and legal frameworks. We also are very much aware about the citizen safety, etc., and user harms when people use the online world for obtaining services or when they use social media platforms, etc. So in this regard, we published the new IT rules last year, which aim at making internet a safe and trusted online medium for exchange of information, for conducting their business, for operating services, or for social interactions. So that has gone a long way in ensuring that internet is made safe and secure for our users. We also are working very significantly in the domain of cybersecurity, where we wish to make the internet a safe and secure place for all the users. India is already ranked number 10 in the world out of 190 plus countries in the global cybersecurity index. But we want to improve it further. We want to ensure that we adopt the best measures for cybersecurity to ensure that internet is made safe and secure for all entities, including those in the private sector, in the government, and for citizens. So that's a major area again where we wish to make interventions to ensure that we can use the power of digital to drive transformation, especially in our economy and society. The last point that I would like to mention, which is again a very vital pillar for this entire vision, is to focus on skilling and talent. As you may be aware, India is the world's leading country when it comes to IT and ITES, IT-enabled services sectors. We want to take it to the next level by also becoming the world's skill and talent capital. So we wish to make India as the world's foremost skill and talent capital, where we can provide the advanced and skilled resources for the requirements for development and deployment of the advanced technologies, the emerging technologies that I mentioned, so that India can really lead the world when we talk about using digital for driving transformation. In this endeavor, we are also aware that the platforms that we have built, which are now the world's largest platforms, for example, our common identity platform, the Aadhaar platform, the Unified Payments Interface platform, the government e-marketplace, the GST network, all these platforms are really the world's largest. We can really be proud of what we have achieved. And there is nothing else that comes even close to the scale and scope of these platforms. These platforms are also helping departments to really use them as common building blocks to develop new applications and go live in a very short time. So we wish to build on this success, build more such common large public platforms, which can be used not only by Indian stakeholders, by Indian entities, by the government here, but we also perhaps would be in a position to offer them to the other countries so that India can lead the world in really making these common platforms ubiquitous around the entire world. And that's the goal that we have in mind, to make India truly the global leader in digital technologies and in digital services. So this is the vision with which METI is working to really drive transformation using the power of digital. And in this endeavor, we seek the support of all the stakeholders and the forums like this that you've organized. I'm sure this will help in taking this idea further, taking this idea forward, and bring more stakeholders on board to really understand the power of digital to drive transformation and be a stakeholder, a partner in this entire journey. So let me conclude at this point of time by wishing the best to this event and to all the deliberations that lie ahead in this program. So thank you very much for inviting me here. I wish all the very best. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Kumar. Really nice to hear your views in terms of, what has been done and what are the new pillars and initiatives which government is planning. And absolutely, you correctly mentioned that the technology can absolutely help in reaching out and making interfaces, easy for citizen interaction with government, be it delivery of services or be it, sharing their grievances and, a easy collaboration between the departments. So absolutely. So thank you so much for being here. And just want to share, like we at Freshworks, we are actually doing few things that you are talking about, like taking technology at the multilingual levels, having, AI/ML enabled chatbots and citizen engagement platforms, extending to various platforms, be it WhatsApp, your portals and all those things, and having an integrated backend so that for the department, it is very easy to understand and collaborate. Because when we are talking about government, it's about scale. And you correctly mentioned that Aadhaar and GEM and some other initiatives like UPI, DigiLocker, these are some of the key and very proud platforms that we have built as a country. And of course, including the new NDHM, which is in the process of implementation. So really glad, sir. Thank you so much for being here, and nice interacting with you. Thank you so much. Thanks for your wishes.